If I could only use one strategy to create my Facebook ads, this would be it. Like, this one principle is literally responsible for millions of dollars in generated client revenue, and today I will share it with you. And I think this is gonna be an exciting one, because if you master this one principle, I can promise you there's no way you cannot scale your ads. Like, this is so effective on the strategy side, but at the same time it also just hijacks the mind of the consumer. It's really, really powerful stuff. And before we get started, I also just want to acknowledge that this is not something I have come up with. Like, this has been around for many, many years, like centuries, used by the greatest advertisers in history. And I've known about this, and you read about it here and there in copywriting books, but the way I really learned it was from Pascal. And Pascal is like the VSL legend in the online space right now. And what he has done is like he scaled multiple brands, and he really mastered this unique mechanism we take a look at today. And I have two examples right here, because I just don't believe in poor theory or boring theory. This is a real world example, and we will break it down, and after watching this you will understand it. And again, if you learn it properly and you master this one principle, there's really no way you cannot scale your ads. This just makes them so much more effective. Now let's get started by looking at the left example right here. And this is a perfect example of a mechanism that has fatigued. Now we're talking about unique mechanisms today, and you will know this probably too. There have been some solutions and products in the space that may have been like super popular ones, but people just don't really believe them anymore, right? Like the mechanism behind it, they just don't feel like it can solve their problem. And this is the entire problem that the unique mechanism solves, but I will get to that later when we take a look at the other example. Now here we have one product, and it's a testosterone booster. Basically, everyone and their mother sold testosterone booster, and it has been really effective in the beginning, but once they've been running it and for such a long time, the issue was that people just stopped believing it, the market got super saturated, and it just didn't really work anymore. Now let's take a look at how it worked in the past, how the consumer got it advertised basically. Now their problem was they couldn't grow muscle. The problem of that was they had low testosterone. Now, if you take a testosterone booster, you will grow more and faster muscle. You will have more and faster muscle growth. So this is the entire mechanism behind it, behind the testosterone booster. That's why people take it. So they have the problem in the beginning. They have the steps. Now, the reason is you have low testosterone. That's why you can't grow muscle. Now, if you take this one testosterone booster, you will build muscle fast and everything will be great. This is essentially the mechanism behind it. But now the issue is everybody has heard of that. Like, it's nothing new anymore, and they know people who it hasn't worked for. They know all about these brands, they can't decide and everything. It just doesn't work anymore in the market. The market doesn't buy it anymore. And what now advertisers need to do is to come up with something new. It's really about always inventing something new. And I have a perfect example right here for you. And we take a look at this right now. Now, just to explain this again, why do we need a unique mechanism? The underlying principle of that is people don't really care about how it works, but they need to believe it. And the issue is, if you just punch in like the same solution over and over and over again, the market doesn't buy it anymore. Now, if you come up with a new solution to the same old problem, the market finally sees this light at the end of the tunnel again. They just start believing it again. They start buying again. And this is why unique mechanisms are so important and so effective. If you can deliver someone a new solution that they haven't heard or thought about, and it solves their problem, they are so much more likely to give it a try compared to the old solution that, you know, all these people that didn't have success with it, right? And this is what it's about. And V-Shred right here, the supplement company, had just perfected it. Like, they really mastered this with this one testosterone booster. It's not a testosterone booster, but about solving this problem of low testosterone and muscle growth. Now again, in the beginning, we have this problem. Now we'll break down now the unique mechanism so you see the difference. In the beginning, we have the issue. Muscles are not growing. Now, what do they say? Let's just move it down. They don't grow because you have low testosterone. We already know that. Everybody knows that. It's like a common belief. Now, why is that? You have low testosterone because you have too much cortisol, like this different hormone that's blocking your testosterone production. And not a lot of people know that. Now they're really curious where this leads, right? Now V-Shred said, take our cortisol blocker, you will block your cortisol, and your body will naturally increase your testosterone production. And again, we have it right here. your body produces more testosterone because you block the cortisol, and you will finally grow more and faster than your muscles. Now let's take a moment and reflect what has happened here. Essentially, we have the same problem in the beginning, muscles are not growing, and we have the same outcome. You build more muscle and faster. But it's a completely different mechanism to go there. And this is pretty interesting, right? Because here on the left, we have one process that just doesn't work anymore. The market doesn't buy it anymore. You have your muscles aren't growing, you have low testosterone. Until here it's the same thing, right? Like it's the same problem, the same underlying root cause. But then it splits up. Here we have take the testosterone booster, and everybody knows of that, but they don't trust it anymore. And then on the other hand, we have something they haven't really heard about. It's a completely new kind of approach to this entire problem. And they really here say and educate, hey, you have low testosterone, not because, and you can't just take a testosterone booster. It's much better to take a cortisol blocker because that is blocking your testosterone. Now, if you take this cortisol blocker, your body will produce more testosterone naturally. And that is a much better way to do it. And in the end, you will still have like more muscle and faster muscle growth. So this is basically solving the same thing, but just in a completely different way. And let me tell you, this campaign, it just absolutely crushed. Like you have no idea how much money this one offer has made. And it's just a perfect example of this unique mechanism. Do you see right here how we have a saturated solution on the left, and then we have something really, really powerful on the right, a new solution to an old problem. That's what it's all about. That's also why the news are called news, because people always want to learn about this new thing. Again, they finally find this light at the end of the tunnel. This is what you need to achieve with your ads. You need to solve their problem, you need to allow them to make a transformation, and you need to package that in a way that they believe it. If it's something they've heard like 1,000 times, they're probably not going to believe it. If it's this completely new revolutionary approach, they are much, much more likely to engage with it, learn about your product, and buy it. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a unique mechanism. I hope this was insightful. And even if you think now, hey, I need to change my product for this. No, you actually don't. Like you can change the positioning of your product. You can change the audience. You can change everything around the offer. And then you will see that you can make it unique in a way, something that is not really advertised in the market. And the reason why your ads then work is then suddenly people believe it, they trust it, they learn from it, and then they want to learn more about it. There's curiosity, and then they will check out your website and they will buy your product. And also on the ad auction side, you're just so much more relevant, which leads you to winning more in the ad auction. Like your ads will get more effective because you're more relevant to the user. Something new they want to learn about, curiosity. Your average watch time of your ads go up because they are curious about what happens. Your click-through rate goes up because they want to learn more about it on the website. And in general, overall your metrics will get better because it's a more effective way of advertising, and the more effective you are and the more relevant you are to the consumer, the better your ads get, the cheaper your advertising costs get, and everything will just work better. That's why I say, like, if you do this properly, if you master this, there's really no way you cannot scale. And we have applied this in so many brands and they've scaled to levels you can't even imagine. It's incredible. And I hope you take something away from this video. Please try this out. It's really powerful stuff. And if you have any questions or anything about it, please drop them down below in the comments. I can definitely also make a follow-up video on this, maybe on a case study. And apart from that, if you have any other suggestions for future videos, please drop them down below as well. And I'd say that's it for the video today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.